Have you ever made a mark in history before? Well, I sure did. My name is Amelia Earhart, and I was the first woman to fly over the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. I once said adventure is worthwhile in itself. Any adventure is worth it even if it fails. I believe we should all try new things. I was born on July 24th, 1897, in my grandmother's house in Atchison, Kansas. My parents were wealthy. I had a younger sister named Mariel. My father took us to a lot of special places, including the World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri. In 1916, when I was 19 years old, I went to Ogun School in Pennsylvania. During my second year in that school, I was vice president of my class. When I was in Ogun's, the U.S. had the First World War. In 1917, I moved to Toronto, Canada. I saw wounded soldiers, so I wanted to help. I was a nurse's aide, and I worked there until the war was over. I didn't want to be married if that meant that I would stop working. I wanted a career, but I didn't know what I wanted to be. On Christmas Day in 1920, my life changed. I was 23 years old, and my father and I were in a crowd of people in Long Beach, California. We were all looking up at the sky. Pilots raced each other in their planes. They all did incredible tricks. I was fascinated. I thought to myself that I wanted to take lessons there in a plane. On my first lesson, I was so excited that my dream was about to come true. I went into the airplane and I was flying. I wanted to learn more about airplanes. I was always practicing. On December 15th, 1921, I got my license. I became an airplane pilot and got my own plane. I made flying records. A man named George Putnam had to find a woman pilot to write about. He found me. Then I married him. I accomplished a lot of things. On June 18th, 1928, I became the first woman to fly over the Atlantic Ocean. I flew in a plane named Friendship. I also flew across the Pacific Ocean. After that, I became so famous that many people from all over the world knew who I was. Sadly, I was in a plane when it crashed into the water. Nobody ever found my plane. I disappeared on July 2nd, 1937. Everyone remembers me as the first female aviator to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. I hope that I have inspired women to be brave and try new things. Here's the trifold. So here's a picture of Amelia Earhart. It says, "This is Amelia Earhart in her uniform." And then here's a picture of her and her family. And then it says when she was born, and then when she disappeared. And then here's a timeline. And then here's a picture of her and her airplane. And then this is Amelia Earhart and her plane. And this is just her.